everyone, welcome back to the channel. So this is the final part hopefully, so I'm not going to do much blabbing around. I'm going to try and get this page done. So we have already got up on the channel parts 1 to 3. I'll link them in the description of this video in case you want to look back at anything that I've done. But we've done this little girl, we've done the big pumpkin, we've done the tombstone, we've just got a few candles, a smaller pumpkin and the big blue moon that we're going to do here. Don't think I'm going to do much of a background on this one. If I do, it might be a little bit of possibly a liquid chrome metallic watercolour just splattered on here and there. So let's get straight into it. I'm going to start with the candles, and I've pulled out a couple of yellows and then a champagne to blend out the colour. So I'm going to go in first with the amber gold. I think that's the darkest shade, so amber gold, and I will bring you in, and I'm going to go right into that centre of that flame with this amber gold and just pull it up a little bit. And then I'm going to go in with the yellow and pop that around. Then with this yellow I'm going to start bringing it outside of the line art, so we're going to create this glow. Don't be scared about doing it, it's just go for it. Just pop that colour down, pop it all around. I'm going to go back in again with the amber gold just to see if we can deepen up this centre a bit there. That's it. And then using the yellow, I'm going to see if I've got any tooth of the paper left on this foot to try and get a bit of a glow on there, because I completely forgot about that. If you've not, it doesn't matter, but I'm just trying to get a bit of that glow at the top of the foot there. I think we've managed to just get a little bit down. That's fine. That's good. And then just around the outsides of where we've put yellow, I am going to use the champagne just to really, oh, it's a bit vibrant, just to blend out these areas. There we go, that's our glow. So I'm going to continue that on the other candles first, and then we'll do the bottom of them. So again, going in with the amber gold in the very centre. Then you're going in with the yellow. Just going back in with the amber gold again just to get this colour around. Now I'm not going to do the glow on this one until I've coloured the base of that candle, so I'm just going to leave that for a second and we'll come on to this one. So in with the amber gold again on this one, switch to the yellow, pull in the yellow outside of the line art, so you're creating sort of a circle around the flame, and we can already see that we've put our glow on our tombstone here, so it is bouncing off. There we go, back in with the amber gold. Let's pop a bit of the champagne around the edges. And then let's move on to the actual candlestick. So I'm going to use a grey for the bottom of those, and a dark one at the bottom, I think, mixed with some champagne possibly on the actual thing here. Oh, I don't know. Or should I do them a different colour? This is the wax dripping down. So this will be sort of, I think I'll do that as sort of champagne colour with a bit of the glow in it, possibly. Yeah, let's start with that first. So we'll go in with the champagne. This will come up quite vibrant on this paper. I am going to outline all this with a white gel pen at the end as well, so it will start looking a lot better with that, well, can't talk this morning, when that white gel pen is around it. Just blow that dust away. So I'm going to add a little bit of the amber gold around the bottom here, because that's closest to where that darkest flame is. And then we'll go in with our yellow and just pop a bit of that around. Now continuing with the yellow, we've got the glow from this flame, so I'm going to drag that around here as well, because we've got that going on there. And I'm going to leave that how it is, so we've got some difference, because if we go in with yellow down here as well, it's just going to be a full-on yellow candle down there. So again, I'm going to do the same with this one. So we're going to go in with the amber gold first, just around the base here, blend it out a bit more, and then a bit of the yellow. Now with this one, we've not got any other glows from any candles down here, so we can go in with the champagne now and we can just fill out all this bit. There we go. I think that's a little bit dripping down at the back. Then let's move on to this one over here. So same thing again, we'll go in with the amber gold first and we'll do this bottom bit. Then we'll switch to yellow. And then moving on to our champagne. I think this one is dripping all the way down here, look. It's dripped all the way down there. What a mess. What a mess these candles have made. I'm just going to pop back in with the yellow just to bring a bit of it further down. We'll do that bit yellow. Yeah, that's it. It's a bit better. I'm going to add a bit of the yellow onto here if I can. If the tooth of the paper will let me add a bit of a glow there. There, that's easily done. Right, so the bottom bits now, these little bits at the bottom. So I am going to do, should we start with granite and see how dark that is? Start with a granite and just put a base of granite down on there. That's coming up quite a nice warm grey. Like it's almost got a blue tinge to it or a violet tinge to it. Or is it just me? I'm going to do that on this one as well. And then that one's not got one because it's hidden, or I've coloured it with something else because it looks like a drip. So who knows. But I'm going to leave that as that. I'm not going to do no white gel pen outlining until the very end because we've got to colour this bit down here. So this bit I'm going to go in with, where's the midnight black? Midnight black I'm going to go in with on this one, and I'm going to go straight in with picking out those shadows. So I'm going to get right under here where there would be a shadow and drag it down. And then I'm going to blend some greys into it at the end. So all under here. I'm not doing a glow on this bit because I think the glow is mainly stopping where the yellow is, and then we've got the champagne part here where the glow is sort of, what do you call it? Not gone away. Faded off. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm going to pop that line in there because there wasn't really a line guiding that. And I'm going to pop these lines in as well with the midnight black and sort of use small circular motions to sort of blend the line out in both directions, so at the top and the bottom. I'm going to come under here and all along the bottom of here, blending out the edges. Like that. I'm going to come along this side and do the same. I'm not going to lie, I'll be glad when this page is finished, just because I feel like it's took me a very long time. Well, it has, to be honest. I've been very busy. I've had a bit busy week. My washing machine broke, so we had someone come out to it, but we had to wait about 5 days for them to initially come out and see what was wrong. So they came out and had a look, and they said it was some sort of control panel, which they didn't have on them. So they had to order the part in, then I've had to chase them up. I'm just going to do these little lines as well. I think that comes down there and here. So I've had to chase it up and say, you know, is this part come yet? Yada yada. So we've been to and froing with messages. I'm going to do the same thing on this side and then we'll go back to that side. Yeah, I've been to and froing with messages. And then I got a text through saying your engineer is booked for the 24th of October, which was another 8 days to wait at that time, at the time that I got the message. So I rung them up the next day. I said, have you nothing sooner? And they only had 1 day earlier. So I was like, right, well, I'll take the 1 day earlier. So I've had to been taking bags of washing up to my mum's house, and then when the washers stopped I've had to go and pick it up. So I've been like to and from her house with washing, which is just a nightmare in itself when you've got other things to do. And she doesn't have a tumble dryer, so I've had to, when I've been picking it up, I've had to put it in my tumble dryer, etc. It's just a whole faff, isn't it, when you've not got a washing machine? I don't think there's anything worse than your washer breaking. Just, we've 5 kids, can't cope without it. So yeah, hopefully they'll be able to fix it on the 23rd, because, you know, there's a chance that they've got this part, what they think's broke on it, and they put it on and it's not that, or it still don't work or anything. You don't know, do you? So yeah, last night I went to a guidance evening for my 14-year-old daughter, and that's basically an evening where they discuss the GCSE grades, because they'll be doing GCSEs next year. So they discuss all the grading systems for the exams. So that was fun. That was fun. And then this morning was my younger daughter's harvest assembly, but I'm absolutely gutted. I'm gutted. As you know, my 7-year-old, well, my 13-year-old's got autism, but my 7-year-old is a bit more complex, where she has the autism, but she also has selective mutism sensory processing disorder. So she's highly anxious. I'll just tell you what colour I'm using next, and then I can continue with my story time. So I am going to go back in with that Granite now, just around where we've been. Yeah, so she's highly anxious in situations, but she'd been super excited that this harvest assembly was coming up, and she came home from school the other day and she said, Mum, I've been brave. She said, I sat at the back with my teacher and I held up the picture of the grapes. And I said, oh, well done. I said, well, Mummy's going to come and watch with all the other mummies and daddies on Thursday. And she seemed really excited about it. You know, I could see she was excited. And then there was even a note from her one-to-one in a communication beat the other day, which, you know, confirmed what Hazel had said to me, that you know, she'd been brave and sat at the back with a teacher and was joining in and holding the sign up, and she'd done it in front of all the infant children. And I thought, oh fab, maybe she's getting a bit braver and a bit, you know, a bit more able to join in a bit more. So I've been this morning to the assembly, and they were bringing all the children in to the hall, and I saw Hazel come to the door. She stood by the doors. She put her fingers in her mouth, something she does when she's highly nervous. She put her fingers in her mouth, she put her head down so her hair fell over her face, and she just froze. She just stood still and she couldn't move. And the teacher was trying to coax her into the hall, but you can't push a child into the hall when they don't want to go. So she ended up having to take her back to the classroom. So then I was sat there with all the other parents. They was all smiling at the children, and I was just sat there watching other people's children, which is gutting. You know, it's gutting. You know, I was prepared that she might do that, but I really, with all the, you know, the notes in the diary about her being able to sit at the back and hold the pictures up, I actually had a little bit of hope that she might join in. So I am a bit gutted. You can prepare for these things all you want and think, oh well, she's probably not going to do it, but you're still gutting at the end of the day when you can see all the other parents looking at the child and smiling and waving, and I'm just sat there and my child isn't there. Do you know what I mean? It's not nice, but it is what it is, unfortunately. It is what it is. So that's that. I'm going to move on to the pumpkin. Like I said, I'm going to leave any white gel pen detailing in for the end. So with this pumpkin, I'm going to do it a bit different. So we're going to pop some different colours in this pumpkin. So I thought we'd do some brown ochre and some lichen green first, because sometimes you get those pumpkins what a bit browny green, don't you? Have more green tones in them. So I'm thinking put a light layer of brown ochre and then start adding these greens, and there will be a bit of orange in there as well. But we'll start with the brown ochre and we'll just go over all this. It is sort of an orangey shade anyway, this brown ochre. There we go. So yeah, she's been invited to a party on Sunday as well, my little girl, and it's a climbing wall. Now, last time a relative had a party at a sort of soft play centre that had climbing wall as well, she didn't want to do it, and I said, she was excited and she's saying, I want to go, and I said, well, it's a climbing wall, Hazel. I said, you didn't want to do that last time, did you? You didn't. But are you going to do it? And she said, yes, I want to go. So I'm preparing myself that I'm just going to be sat in a corner at that party, because she'll decide she doesn't want to do the climbing wall, and that's all it is. It's just a climbing wall thing. So I'm like, Lichen green, I'm going to add a bit of this in. Where should I add a bit around the corners? I'm just going to really randomly pop these colours into this now. And then I'll find a dark, I think I used the autumn brown or something like that for the lines going down last time on the other pumpkin. Yeah, so I messaged the boy's mum whose party it is, and I said, she really wants to come. I said, but if she does get a bit upset and doesn't want to join in, I said, don't panic or anything. I said, it's just Hazel. I said, I'm used to it. I said, don't feel worried or anything. I'll just sit out with her and just get her a drink or something, you know, until she feels comfortable, because she might be that she just has to sit back and observe for a little bit. That's, you know, if it's a different environment or it's a different activity, sometimes she just has to sit back for a while and observe what's going on and take in the surroundings before. Does that make sense? I know how she feels, because I suffer with anxiety myself, and I've even questioned if I have autism myself, which is a possibility, but I've just never bothered to thingy. So I do, you know, all these feelings that she's feeling, I kind of feel them with her, like especially the assemblies, because I used to hate getting up and speaking and singing in assemblies, so much so I would be the child that would stand up and hide behind everybody and not join in with the singing. So I'd either have my mouth closed, just stood there, or I would pretend I'm singing, Like, I would like move my mouth but not actually sing. So I feel it, I feel all the emotions, I feel them myself. You know, it's not a nice feeling, is it? Anxiety at the end of the day. It's horrible. Absolutely horrible. Right, I'm gonna get a bit of, should we go for the amber gold? I think we'll go for the amber gold and get a bit of this in as well. So we're just going over some areas. Oh, that's more yellow than orange though, is it? But I suppose it doesn't matter. You've got pumpkins with all different shades in them, haven't we? I'll add a bit of that here and there, and I will find more orange tone in a minute. You just build up and build up on the different colours. It's quite nice. I'm even thinking maybe even more of a green, because that green on this paper, that lichen green has gone more of a muddied kind of colour. I think the foliage would have been nicer. Let me find that one. Let's add a bit of the foliage. That might be a bit more greeny. Yeah, that's a bit more of the green I wanted. You know when you get those pumpkins that look sick? That's what I'm going for. It's a pumpkin that looks a bit ill. That sort of green. Need to go into the doctors. Poor pumpkin. Oops, what's my charger wire doing? It's just pulled the thing down. Oh, it'll be alright there for a second, I think. It's just pulled my wire down. Yeah, I think we'll put them lines in with this green actually. If we can get them in. I got that one in. And then just buff out the edges. I don't know whether it's this paper I don't like. I'm still not set on this paper, you know. Don't know whether it's the paper I don't like or the pencils on this paper, but it's been a really challenging page for me, this one. That green there, and a little bit around the bottom, coming up I think. I'll go back in with the brown ochre. Just to really get a nice blend on that and fill in all the tooth of the paper. We want all the tooth of the paper filled in nicely. Some colours, I think it depends on the colour. Some colours go down smoother than others on this paper. Like this brown ochre is going down quite nice. And you'll be able to see the difference. It's not got as many harsh lines when I'm putting the colour down. So I might try and blend out some of this green with it. Oh, sun's blurring in my eyes there. It's actually sun shining out there today. Oh, that's a nice pumpkin. Makes a nice difference from the big orange pumpkin, doesn't it? I love the white pumpkins as well. The white ones are really, really pretty. Right, let's see if I can find that autumn brown colour, or was it? No, I don't think it's there. It must be back in my set. Yep. I'm going to use autumn brown for inside the eye sockets and inside the mouth. Making it sort of a bit darker in the corners and then ease off the pressure, and then we'll blend with another colour, I think. Just sort of outlining it a bit there. So what else have I been doing this week? I've had a really busy week. I've had so many appointments. It's half term as well after this. This is the last week at school, and then they've got a week off. So if you don't see any content from me next week, that's why. Because I've got quite a few appointments while they're off. I've got one daughter at the hospital again for another blood test. I've got 3 of them in the dentist in half term as well. Don't you just love those reminders from the dentist, them text messages they send? That's sarcasm, by the way. I hate it. I'm due an appointment myself, but I've had to just put it on the hold for now while I sort out all the kids' stuff. I'm just going to outline very lightly the whole of the eye, like that, and round here. And then I'm going to go in with, should I go in with the brown ochre or the lichen? I'll go in with the lichen green. Just into the middle bit. And maybe a little bit in the corners of the mouth, around the edges. Bit of the lichen green this is. So it's not so stark in that centre. There we go, and then I'm going to use this lichen green for a base of the top bit as well here. And then using the autumn brown, I'm going to run some of them lines we can see with this. So I'm just following the line out that's already there with this one. Maybe outlining the whole of the stalk, is that what you'd call it? Using a thicker line on the outside. And then we've got teeny tiny little lines coming up from here. I'm just going to darken some of the top bits. And the edges. I'm using a medium to light pressure now just to add a bit of colour. And then I'm going to outline him. So you don't have to go in harsh on this line. You can do a sort of a soft line round with this one. But I am just outlining the pumpkin. I hope I'm still in frame. Bit harsher on the bottom line, I think we'll do. Bit of a harder bottom line. And that's that one. So I'm not going to put the white gel pen on yet because I've got to come up to the top of the page. I don't want to be putting my hand in it. So we're going to move on to this blue moon now, and I've got a few colours out here. I'm going to go in with this dark cyan first. So I'm going to make the moon a bit, oh sorry for moving you, I knocked the camera. I'm going to do it a bit patchy. So you've seen all these moon pictures where they're all, you know, patchy. What else can I say? But we're going to have to work around this little bat with our patching. So I'm using medium to hard pressure, but if you want to just start with medium pressure, that's fine, and then you can just fill in all the white, I say white space, it's blue paper, but fill in all the tooth of the paper with other colours as we go around. So blend out your edges as you come to the edge. This will look really rough to start with, really rough. We're just mapping out where we perhaps want some dark colours and light colours with this. So just pop that colour there. Then I have another dark bit here between the bat's ears. Almost join it onto that one a little bit. And then I'm going to pop in a bit of midnight blue. So again, just random areas. I'm going for random shapes, but they are almost a bit circular maybe. Not fully, but a little bit. So it's all about trying to fill up that space that we've got left. A bit down here. Just trying to go around the bats and then don't accidentally go over them, because that will be another trick of mine. Now I have got one lighter colour to pop down on here. Go around the edge a little bit with this one. Don't worry too much about them circles, we can draw them back in if we want them back in. Need to go around the edge a little bit somewhere here. There we go. Now I'm going to pop in some ultramarine. Ultramarine. So this is a nice blending colour as well, so this will blend your colours together hopefully. I'm going to pop in a bit more of that dark cyan around here, just underneath that bat's wing. And then back in with the mid ultramarine. Hopefully yours is coming together as well. It's very unusual for me to go for a blue moon. I had to Google a few pictures. I was like, should I do this or should I just do your regular sort of, because I do tend to go for, you know, yellows. I do tend to go for yellows or greys, like grey white tones. So it's coming together slowly. It will look like a hot mess for a while, but just push through it. And when we get those bats in as well, because that bat looks a bit weird at the minute because we've not blacked it out, so it will look better once we get that in as well. So being careful around this little bat here. Yeah, I'm definitely just going to black those bats out though. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do something else with them, but I'm just going to black them out. I think that's the easiest thing to do. So probably use a black Posca pen to do that. To say it's looking quite atmospheric. This is. Right, I'm just going to turn you around when I get to this corner. With something like this, I find, because you're pressing on hard, there's really no point sharpening your pencil. I find it's better to just keep it. You can see it's gone quite blunt, but it's better to just keep it like that when you're pressing on so hard. As long as you don't have to get into any small details. Right, now we've got into most of that, I'm going to take this colour around the edge of the moon. So we're going to go outside of the line art and we're going to pull it out. So we're going to create this blue glow around the moon, and this is what we've been doing when we've been putting the blue on this cape and on the side of the face. This is why, so that it creates this illusion that it's put this glow all around. So we're going to go all the way around. What's happened there? What's that on the paper? No idea. Sorry, I'm upside down for a second. So that is our glow on our moon. I feel like I want to use a white, let me find the white, to outline the moon a little bit, because you can still see this sort of dark line art. So I'm just gonna outline with the white and then maybe blend it out with the blue again. we go, I think that's better. Going back in with a bit of the mid ultramarine just to blend it out a little bit. There we go. Right, let's get in with the black Posca, I think, for those bats. Where's my black Posca gone? Let me just get it going. And we're just going to outline them and fill them in. I have to be a bit careful on this paper because I've done it there. The Posca snags on the tooth of the paper and it can sort of flick up these specks of paint, which I don't want. I'm trying to be careful. That's one. Let's get this one in the moon filled in, then it doesn't look quite as strange. It looks quite strange, doesn't it? I'm going to pull that wing down here a bit more. Much easier doing this with a Posca than trying to do it with a coloured pencil. This little eye, don't go over his eyes. Or should I? I'm not quite sure if I'd prefer him not to have eyes. It'd just be a silhouette. A full-on silhouette. Oh, it was my daughter's birthday the other day, and she'd asked for, she's obsessed with, she watches all videos of people drawing and colouring with Posca pens, so she was obsessed, and she asked for sketchbooks. She wanted one with white paper, one with black paper, and she wanted just Posca pens, just Posca pens. So she was so excited. I think I got her a pack of 8 or 12 colours in the medium tips, and then I got her a pack of 4 metallic chisel tips. I think it was the gold, silver, black and white, and then she wanted some skin tone colours, so I got her a pack of 4 skin tone colours, because she likes drawing the Rick and Morty characters, so she likes having the skin colours. And she was in her element, just drawing in a sketchbook. Bless her. She's so good at drawing them characters now though. And she does them off the top of her head now. She doesn't even have to look at a picture of them. How many more bats we got? Oh, there's a few on this side. I totally missed this little one here underneath. So let's try and get him in, because he's disappeared. He's got teeny tiny eyes, so don't go over him, Kirsty. Just teeny tiny. have to say I'm not a fan of going around these bats. I don't know if I'd have preferred them not to be there, maybe. I think I would have preferred them not be there actually. I think I needed a thicker Posca pen for this situation, but I don't have any. I only have these nibs. I've seen she's released another cute illustration though that I really want, but I don't like how she's been releasing them. So this one was okay. This was a set of 5 different illustrations for about £10 or something, PDFs. But the new page, colouring page she's just released, it looks a bit like Wednesday Addams. You might have seen it. I think it looks a bit like Wednesday Addams. Well, that page she's released, it's only 1 illustration, but she's put it in a pack of like to print it out on different sort of greys and bold blacks. So she's put like 6, she's put the number 6 on the advert for it. So at first glance I thought it was 6 illustrations, but it's not. It's actually only 1 illustration, but she's sending you the PDFs to be able to print it in grey or in bold, or there's different shades of grey, and it's like £7 something just for 1 illustration, which I'm a bit like, don't think I'll be paying that. Oh, there's a bat here. Oh my word. Here I was thinking I'd get this done quite quickly. Who was I trying, kid? Yeah, but it is a cute illustration, but I'm thinking like almost £8 just for 1 illustration. It's a bit much, isn't it? So I begrudge paying that. I begrudge paying it. I didn't mind paying the £10 for 5 illustrations, but I'm not paying £7 for 1 illustration. Not a chance. I'm undecided on whether to go around all those circles with this black Posca pen or a white Posca pen. I'm looking at it thinking what would look better. I think white. Do you think white? I think maybe white. Should we say we're done with that black now? I can't see any more bats, can you? Right, I think, as this zoomed in quite a lot, I'm going to zoom you out now so you can see a bit more, and we're going to do the white outlining with the gel pen now. So we're going to come onto these candles, and we're going to go around these little things. Now I would use my Posca pen, but it's temperamental at the end. At the moment the nib's like frayed and it puts all these weird lines on your page when you're trying to get a nice line. So I'm not up for using it at the moment. I'm gonna outline these big thick lines here as well. Now it might be better for the thick lines actually. Let me try and get it for the thick lines and hope it doesn't go wrong all over me. Be nice, white Posca, be nice. Be nice. See, the nib's just a bit dodgy on it. Play ball. It's not coming out very well, is it, either? There we go. That's a bit better. So you can use gel pen or Posca pen, whatever is your preferred thing. Let's just go around that way. It's working okay at the minute. And that very lightly. Let's do the drip, drippy drip, and then moving on to this flame. Am I still in frame? Oh, someone's car alarm. It's not mine. Oh no, it's the house alarm over the road. Didn't last long though, thank the Lord. It's always going off, that thing. Goes off more than emergency vehicles go past. That's saying something. That's that one. So we're going to move on to the other side now. See how much nicer it just makes it look. So I'm going to outline this one as well. Let's get this big drip. There we go, that's that one. Now I'm going to put a few little, I'm going to switch to my gel pen. I'm going to put a few little dots on this pumpkin like I have with the other one. Put a few more around this area, little dots. Just makes it more magical. Everything's magical. There's some big ones there that are supposed to be there as well. We'll put them in. And one here. That's that one. Now I do want to outline a little boots, I think, or do I? I was thinking about outlining the edge of a boot there. I should do with that with a black. Yeah, let's outline a little booty with the black. I'll make the line thicker in a minute. I'm just getting the initial. There we go, and then we'll make sure it's going to the same thickness as it was. Just trying to make sure that I'm not putting my hand in that white gel pen. I do not want to do that. And same on the other one. Make that thicker. There we go. And then with the Posca pen, I'm going to do all these little dots. So we're going to outline all of them. See, it's not good for getting perfect circles, this Posca, because of the nib on it. The nib's just in a world of its own. So I'll outline the big ones with this. And then I'll go in on the smaller ones with my small gel pen, I think. And turn you around, upside down. Yeah, it's dodgy, this Posca pen. The nib on it's just horrendous. What is it doing? Really doesn't like it. There's a big one here. Right, let me get my gel pen for the rest. I don't like that pen. Let's spin you round again. So we're almost done. We're on the home stretch. Just gonna fill that one in. What else have we got? This gel pen's being rather weird now as well. Don't be playing about with me. Just moving on to the other side now. So we've just got a few around here. I don't want to dip my finger in that though, so I'm turning you to the side. Let's just add a little one there. Have I got them all? Have I? There's always something I missed, and then I come back to the page and I'm like, look, I've totally missed that bit. But I think I've got them all. So now I'm going to actually go in on a mouth where I forgot to go back in, where I said I wanted to darken up inside a mouth. So I'm going to use Midnight Black. And I'm going to try and just sharpen this up a bit. Trying to be a bit careful because I don't want it to be too, like, I don't want it to start looking like she's got a bad mouth. Yeah, that's better. There we go. Now I'm going to go and get my watercolour metallic, probably the chrome, liquid chrome. I'll be right back. So I've got my paints. These are the Renaissance watercolours, and this is the liquid chrome. So I'm just going to wet it, get some water down on there. Give it a little stir, and then I'm going to leave it for a little minute just so it can activate. Look at all that colour, swirly whirly colour. Ooh. It is really nice, this colour. And I'm just going to splat a bit on here and there, whichever way I fancy. just to add something, because I didn't really know what else to do in the background of this one, to be honest. I love that moon though. That effect looks quite cool on the moon. Oh, I'm tired, guys. I'm tired. Right, so just big chunks of whatever, just splat your brush down and let it go wherever, and just splat some. You can just dab it on tiny dots. You can get some and splat it on if you want to do a little tap and splat some dots on. You can do that. I like to put the paintbrush on the page and just make some little shapes with it, just to get a bit of sparkle down. Just add something to the page. You can dot it on any which way you want. It's really shiny, this colour. I love it. It's probably one of the shiniest metallic paints I own or I've ever seen. If you're looking for something super sparkly. Let's pop a few there. Gonna add a bit more water to that. And let's get some of that colour up here. Maybe a few dots around the moon. You can go to town with this. You can put as little or as much as you want on. Let's do a few splats. I need more water. She needs more water. Now let's do a few little splats around the bottom. You know what, I'm left-handed, but I can't do a splat with my left hand for nothing. I have to do it with my right hand, because I'm just weird. Oh, I can hear an emergency vehicle. I'm being too cautious because I'm trying to not get it all over the desk, but it's just not doing it unless I do a hard whack on here. Left hand, come on, work. Work left hand. Work. Get some on the bottom. Come on, work. Splat some on the moon. Let's get some little silver specks on that moon. And there we go. I will have to wipe my desk after because it has all gone around there. But I'm glad this page is done, to be honest. It's been one what has took me far longer than I'd hoped, and I think that's because I've just had a really busy week, if I'm honest. A really busy week, and I've still got a busy week next week as well with the kids being off, so you probably won't see many colour alongs. If anything goes up, it might just be a little glimpse of something I've done. But yeah, that's the page done. I've quite liked doing that moon. That's different from what I would normally do. And I don't know if you can get the glimpse of the watercolour. I don't think it's shining. It's not hitting the light. It's super sparkly. But yeah, that's her finished. If you enjoyed it, please do hit the thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next one. Bye everyone.